I fell in love with my wife, like on the first date. And I think by the second date, I was pretty sure this is who I want to spend my life with. State Senator Chris Hansen. I'm running for Denver mayor. I am first and foremost a husband, a father. My family is definitely the most important thing in my life. I'm raising 2 teenage boys in Denver. So it's really exciting time for them and an exciting time to be doing this campaign together as a family. Grew up in Goodland, Kansas, so just next to the Colorado border. We were in mountain time. I like to joke with people that, Ed Green was my weatherman, the Denver Post was our daily paper, and we were all Broncos fans. I got engaged to Olka. As I said, her family's originally from Tanzania. Many of the members of her family practicing Hindus. Most of my family pretty conservative Christians. There was this really set of tough moments as we were navigating that as a dating and then getting engaged and then getting married, and having some of her family members being skeptical of me, and many of my friends and family members being skeptical of her, especially from a very conservative Christian kind of point of view. Led to some big strain on very close relationships in my life. We lived overseas for a while, went away for grad school, but I think we're in that category like many Denverites of wasn't born here, but got here as quick as we could. After I finished undergrad, I did undergrad in engineering at Kansas State, and then went from there and worked in the Clinton administration for a couple of years in DC. I then got a fellowship to go study in Johannesburg, South Africa, where I was working on the electrification of the townships after apartheid, or post-apartheid. Had a chance to meet Nelson Mandela when I was there, really very much a life-changing experience for me. And then came back and did a master's degree at MIT in engineering systems. And then from there did a PhD in energy market analysis and energy system planning at the University of Oxford over in the UK. I then had a 10-year career in the private sector, worked for a Denver-based company called IHS. And then in 2015, left my job to run for the state legislature, and have been at the state capitol representing Denver in the House and now in the state Senate for the past 7 years. Public service had been on my mind really my entire career, and even when I was in the private sector, I did a lot of volunteering for different organizations and very involved in Democrat politics and the party politics in the city. And so I think when the House seat came open and there was an open race, I was like, okay, it's time for me to kind of put my money where my mouth is and try to use my skills to do something great for the state and great for Denver. And that was really why I decided to leave my job and start campaigning. Vibrant, I would choose diverse, and I would choose exciting. I mean, this is an exciting place that people want to move to. Contemplative, really try to slow down and think hard about tough problems. I think I'm somebody who is a listener, and I would describe myself as empathetic. Nelson Mandela. Getting a chance to meet him in 1999, it was at a ANC campaign event. And it was a campaign stop that was in a place where they had zero support. It was in the middle of Johannesburg, a pretty wealthy part of the city that he was campaigning in. I happened to be able to go to that event, and seeing him in that room and knowing that he probably wasn't going to walk out with a single vote, but seeing his care and his compassion to say, I am all of South Africa's president. I am here to represent all of you. I am here to ask for your support, for my successor. And I'm going to campaign in every corner of this country. Very powerful lesson that I will never forget. We need to electrify everything in our lives. So when I give public speeches, when I'm talking to voters, I'm really trying to encourage them to look for ways to switch to electric mowers, switch to an electric vehicle, switch to a heat pump for your heating and cooling. And so there's really a win-win here. Not only can we reduce emissions, but we can also save ourselves a ton of money. And I think that's something that I think there's a massive opportunity for Denver. Billions of dollars of investment, tens of thousands of great jobs, and we can drastically improve the air quality. So, and that's the kind of leadership I want to bring to City Hall.